Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of StarNotes, a Northern Star media podcast. And today we are talking about the upcoming movie BeetleJuice, which comes out on September 6th, I believe.
Yes.
And today, so I'm Olivia. I am our editor-in-chief here at the Star, and I'm joined by two lovely guests. So if you want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, so my name is Rachael, and I am a copy editor for the Northern Star.
Hi, I'm Anastasia. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm also a copy editor for the Northern Star.
But we are talking about the new BeetleJuice movie, and kind of the old one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just kind of start with what do we know about kind of the BeetleJuice franchise?
You're not supposed to say BeetleJuice 3 times in a row, and
Absolutely.
it is part
Yep.
of queer culture, and that is it. I just know that one of my best friends was super into it, and that was back when I was like 14, so I don't know anything.
Honestly, if all that you know is you're not supposed to say BeetleJuice 3 times,
Yeah.
you're probably set.
You got it.
Quite honestly.
Yeah.
I've heard like part of that song is like BeetleJuice,
Oh, say
Yes.
my name from
Yes.
the musical. Yeah.
And Rachel, have some background on the musical, right?
Yes, because I'm a theater kid. Very proud. Yeah, and then obviously I know like a little bit about the movie. I could never get into the original movie, but like I love the musical though. But granted, I watched the movie like when I was younger.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think the musical and the movie follow the same premise. I know Lydia though is more the focus in the musical version. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is Lydia the person who sings the part with the Say My Name?
Yes.
Yeah, her and
Okay.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
So,
She Winona Ryder played her in the original, and then
Oh
in the
yeah, no
movie.
wonder my friend was into that movie. She loves Winona Ryder.
and now it's Jenna Ortega, who
Yeah,
you said is playing
she's-
Lydia's daughter.
Yes.
In kind of a.
Yeah, because Winona Ryder's coming back. She's Lydia.
Oh, is she really?
And then we still have Delia. And then I think it's the same actor who's playing Beetlejuice. But I haven't heard anything about Adam and Barbara, though.
And those were
But
the at the
two
beginning of
ghosts.
the movie, there was this couple, Adam and Barbara, and they were driving, and there was like a covered bridge, and they drove off, and they unfortunately passed away. And so they live as ghosts throughout the movie,
Yeah.
or they don't live, but they are ghosts throughout the movie, and they like help Lydia, Winona Ryder, kind of like work through. Her family isn't the nicest,
Yeah.
and so it's kind of like yeah, it's a really solid movie. I like the
Yeah.
musical more personally.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of a theater nerd, so
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just like
Very
show
cool.
tunes. So
honestly,
Yeah.
the Beetlejuice has a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
is this also the one where it's like, but I was depressed?
Yes.
That
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it is, but yes.
Miss Argentina is that
Yeah, the one who went to
I
parties
was
a lot.
hot. I went to parties a lot. Da-na-na-na, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just remember that.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
that though. So, I know that we don't know a ton about the new movie that's coming out, but from what we do know, is that there will be. It takes place in the future.
Yes.
And so we're kind of in a new generation of this franchise. It's tough to of this franchise.
Yeah.
So even though we don't know a ton, what do we think would be good to have in this new movie?
Openly queer characters.
I wouldn't
Fair.
be surprised if we had that just because of the world we live in now, which
Yeah.
would be awesome. I mean, I guess based on the trailer, because I love analyzing like movie trailers or whatever. That just like goes back to like my whole like fandom phase or whatever when I was younger, just like different fandoms. But I feel like it almost looks like that Lydia's daughter may be going through the same thing as Lydia did in the original. I don't know, because you see her kind of depressed or whatever. I don't know if Lydia was depressed in the original movie, but we know she was in
I
the
think
musical.
so. Yeah.
I don't know. You could see a lot of similarities, I will say, between Lydia's daughter and Lydia as far as the musical version goes. Probably the same for the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe the same premise. I don't know. And in the trailer, we're seeing Lydia and Beetlejuice team up, I think. So,
Like more.
like,
My knowledge more also the musical, but more than kind of in the same musical sense.
maybe. I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Because in the trailer, we see Lydia and Beetlejuice in the attic or whatever, and she says, like, you have to help me save my daughter or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is Beetlejuice not an antagonist?
No,
thought
he
he
is.
was?
He's like a demon. Or like a ghost demon.
He's a demon
type
Yeah.
guy.
just a
and
little freak.
Kind of. I mean, like, he's not a good dude.
No.
It's pretty clear, like, you shouldn't talk to him. You should just kind of leave him alone because he really brings a lot of
Because the
trouble.
thing is, he was trying to get a human to say his name 3 times so then he can venture more into our world or whatever and cause chaos.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's not great. But desperate times call for desperate measures. I just
Exactly.
imagine that is where this movie will leave us.
Probably. Yeah. It looks good, though, so far, based on the trailer. Like I said, I could never get into the original.
Yeah.
But the trailer, I'm like, I'm intrigued. I'll go watch it.
Yeah. Was the sandworm in the trailer? Or is it called a... It's not a sandworm.
No,
That's
it's a
something-
sandworm.
Is it a sandworm?
Yeah.
It's like... They're like little worms. They're not little. They're big worms. They're like black and white
Yeah.
and like orange. And they have teeth. BeetleJuice rides it.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
My first thought when I hear sandworms is like those big things from Dune.
Yeah. I figured that's where...
Yeah.
They're
Or
also
like
in Dune. They're just different.
Those creepy things from the Hobbit movies, like the very last Hobbit movie.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They're all just cousins. All the worms are just different cousins.
They're all different species of the same genera.
Probably. That'd be a crazy tie-in. That would be a great way to do this movie. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely some really key parts of kind of the movie and the musical of the Banana Boat song.
Yes.
The Banana Boat song is big. For the life of me, I don't remember the lyrics, but there's this dinner party
Yes.
that the family is having.
I was listening to the soundtrack today.
Yeah. there's this dinner party, and the family is there, like they're having dinner. But Lydia and BeetleJuice and Adam and Barbara, I think, are there too.
At least in the musical version.
They're there. And they're causing some shenanigans.
Yeah.
And so it's just them just doing random things, and the family being like, "Why is this moving?"
Yeah.
Or "Why is this happening?"
Why are we being possessed?
And I'd
Yeah.
like to see that again. I'd like to see like a reprisal of.
I would
of
see
that.
them doing that because I feel like that's why BeetleJuice is iconic. That and Shake 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 Sonora, that as well. Yeah.
Is that what that's from?
Yes,
I know.
I think so.
I'm assuming it's originally from it. I don't know. I just know that
But I could see how you would think that because
Yeah.
it's got kind of the like.
kind of like Under the Sea,
Bubbly
kind of.
vibe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a good movie. We've
I
had
think so,
we've had a
too.
lot of good luck with movies lately, especially
I will
ones like
say,
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw it's very different premise, but it is an old movie that's now being set in a new time of that new Twisters movie.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of people talking
Okay.
about it.
I want to watch the old and then the new one because I haven't had the opportunity to see the old one yet either.
Yeah, so I saw the old one in July, and then when the new one came out, I went out and saw that. But like they did a really nice job of kind of continuing the story that did exist and like where we got from there, but also giving it its own unique like personality and identity to stand on, which I think is really
Yeah.
neat. So I'm hopeful that kind of coming off of that, they might be completely different directors and obviously different casts, but I think that could be a really cool
Yeah.
tie-in, just generally.
Yeah, I've only heard it sounds so bad, but I haven't seen any of like the new movies this year, which sounds so bad. But I have not heard that like many like bad things about all the different movies that are coming out this
Yeah.
year. So I guess 2024, good movie year.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
hope
so-
so.
Wicked,
as
please
far
follow
as-
that.
As far as I can tell, because like the only new movie I saw really this year was Immaculate, and then I'm planning on seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 3. But like, I've heard good things about like the new movies that have been coming out
Yeah.
this year. So
I really want to see Inside Out too.
I
Yeah.
heard that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's make this a little bit more NIU. If you're an NIU student and you are like, man, I love BeetleJuice and I love the whole idea, what are some ideas of how people could, or how students could maybe kind of get more involved kind of with that? So all kind of open, because it's a big question.
there's a creative writing club that
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah, there was an email sent out
Yeah.
yesterday. Their first meeting's on Tuesday.
Yeah, Adams Campbell sent out an email to presumably all CLAS majors about the there's a creative writing club, and then there's also definitely a D&D club. There's no way there isn't.
I saw
definitely
something about
is.
that
and
on
there
Snapchat.
are multiple pride clubs but the one I'm more familiar with is Prism, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's the most well-known one.
Yeah.
There are also film classes.
Yes.
We offer those every semester, so if you're interested in learning more about kind of how movies like that are put together or how to analyze those for different things, that's definitely a spot that you can go to.
I would say probably the theater department too, acting classes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
don't know.
different
I'm a
stuff.
freshman. I'm totally new here, so I'm I don't
Yeah,
know.
you should explore.
That explains why I didn't recognize you. I just thought, I was like, oh my god, I can't remember
I
this
just started on
person
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good so far, though. I'm glad I came here.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And if you want, you could get a BeetleJuice club started here. You could say his name 3 times and everything.
I'll leave that up to someone else.
We'll leave it up to you. Out there.
Yeah.
And let us know. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
When you start the club. Jenna Ortega. And another key part of this new movie is that Jenna Ortega is playing our main character, Lydia's daughter. And she's had a lot of success recently.
Yeah. With Wednesday, which I have not watched, but I've watched clips.
Same.
It's good. It looks good. I'm going to look up what Lydia's daughter's name is. I don't know if we know that.
I
but
don't.
I'm
The
curious.
world might.
Let's find out.
Yeah. But she's had a ton of success. And I think it's neat, too, that they're kind of pulling that Wednesday. Well, I guess the Addams Family is distinctly different from BeetleJuice. But kind of in that...
similar vibe.
It really does. That same kind of macabre kind of
Yeah.
idea, which I think is really neat. And she's just great.
I found out her name. It's Astrid.
Astrid?
Yeah, Astrid Dietz.
That's kind of solid.
Yeah.
It's not a bad name.
No,
definitely.
not at all.
It goes with Lydia, Astrid.
Yeah, it's a very
goes-
mother-daughter.
The writer in me is like, oh yeah, those names, yeah.
They
Yeah,
go
they're
together.
related.
Yeah.
But yeah, Astrid's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a pretty name.
And that's one you don't hear anymore either.
Yeah.
Not really.
Outside of fiction, definitely I haven't heard that one.
No.
So something that might be interesting, too, for this movie is if it takes place now or if it takes place earlier, because it's a slightly older name. If it's takes a fun 90s spin or something like that, could be kind of neat.
I think it would be very funny if they did the Back to the Future thing where they're in the distant year 2002.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be fun.
That could be extremely funny in future years, but I know that because of in the distant year 2002, we shall have flying cars. Because of how that's aged, I think that's one of those things where people are more likely to use 20XXS.
Yeah, probably.
In the late 2000s or in the 2100s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it could, I think it's going to be a really solid movie.
I think so too.
Yeah. Like you said, we've had a pretty good movie year.
We have, yeah.
At least that I can think of. And I think there's a lot of really cool material to pull from.
Oh yeah.
Of just whatever.
And I'll be honest. Obviously, there's always people have always wanted a second Beetlejuice, but I feel like it has kicked up more, people wanting it thanks to Broadway.
Absolutely.
So I won't be surprised if there's some elements from the musical that are basically copy and pasted into this.
I'd have to think so.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing is with its name, the fact that its name is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
If they make a third one,
What's gonna happen?
what do we do?
We're gonna
is it
summon
Beetlejuice the third?
We're gonna.
Do we if
If
what
it's
do
his
we
name
do?
3 times, we're gonna have another 2020.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, maybe, but
2025, the reckoning.
Please no. Please
Yeah.
no. I turned 20 that year. Please no.
thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of StarNotes. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
And go Huskies.